Hey, Nissan Deneta here, and today it's a little bit of a different setting, as you can see. And I'm filming myself. I still have Colin to help me, so he's just behind the camera, the other camera. But in principle, we're going to do something different today, and we're going to talk about changing routines and why changing routines is so important. Routines allow us to do things on autopilot, so we don't need to think about them. But that's also their downfall, and this downfall has quite a big price, because when your brain doesn't need to think, and when it works on automatic or on autopilot, then you're paying the price that you're becoming like a machine, and that creates diseases of machines. And that can be a stress that is accumulating. That can be when it comes to physical, it can come to physical injuries like repeated stress injuries. When it comes to your mind, it can become boring. Life can become boring. So what you want to do is to make sure that you also change routines very often and very regularly. Okay, so what I want to share with you today is a little bit about how you can change routines and how easy it is to do that when you want to. Our routine of filming those episodes, and we're doing many of those, is basically having a professional videographer that is standing behind the camera, and they're doing their job. I don't have to think about it. I don't have to do anything. I have my my own uniform. That's those shirts with the sayings. And today, because it's about changing routines, I decided to change. So first of all, I have my rally hat on, so I'll feel more adventurous, which is all about changing routines. And I decided to put a jeans jacket just for the fun of it. So this is an example how easy it is to just change routines in whatever you do. It's not about creating something new, creating a new routine. It's about changing what you're doing already. My normal way, the way I do that all the time, I'm waking up around 6:30. That's when the alarm clock is going, 6:30 in the morning. If I want to change my routines, I'm changing it to waking up at 5 o'clock in the morning, which for me it's like, no way. This is middle of the night. I will wake up at 5 o'clock, and the whole day is different because of that. I'm usually taking my shower in the evening before I go to sleep. So I'm taking a few minutes before going to sleep, I go into the shower and then going to bed. Well, if I want to change my routine, I take my shower in the morning. This is just, again, a simple example how you can change that. Another one is that I love my hot showers. I take in the evening, I'm taking my hot showers, and I like it. I hate cold water, I hate lukewarm water. It's not for me. Well, so if I want to change that, I better take a cold shower. So if I want to change my routine, I will take a cold shower, which again changes everything. It changes how my body reacts, it changes how awake I am as soon as I'm taking that shower, and it changes the whole day as a result of that. Every morning I'm doing my yoga session, and the yoga session can change from time to time, and I'm changing the postures that I'm using, or I'm changing the length of it, but normally I'm doing yoga session in the morning. If I want to change that, I can do body brain dance in the morning, which usually I do in the evening. So that's very easy thing to do, just to swap things that you do. Something that you do in the morning, you do it in the afternoon, and the other way around. This is an easy way to change your routine. We're doing every morning a team meeting with our team. And if you're working in a company, if you have employees or colleagues or whatever, you might have something like that. And usually it follows a certain routine, right? We're doing the same thing. So for us, the normal routine is just to ask everybody where they are and what the project that they need to do, and then making sure that everybody knows what they do for today until we meet for lunch. And that's the normal morning routine. But when we want to change that, then we can do something else. So many times in order to change the routine, we let somebody teach us something. So Vered wanted to teach today something about putting an intention. She used cards for that. So that's just an example how to immediately change the routine. Everybody's awake, everybody's aware. Minds are thinking in different ways, so that's very powerful, just to change, even at work, in work situations. Talking about work, so I have a small home office here where I usually work. When I want to change my routine, I'm going to the balcony, and if it's a sunny day, I'm just taking off my shirt and I'm sitting with my shorts there. And if not, I'm just sitting and enjoying the birds singing and the wind on my body, and that's where I work. So that changes the way that I'm productive. That changes the way the ideas come. It just allows my brain to think differently. Here's a simple one. Usually we're eating exactly the same way. So if you're having your knife on the right side, on the right hand, and the fork on the left hand, then that's usually how you do that, and you're not changing that. So how about you change it today? Or if you usually eat with a fork, then eat with a spoon, or eat with a Chinese chopsticks. It doesn't matter as long as you do something different. Most families will have a sitting arrangement. Well, how about you change that over? Let the smallest kid sit where daddy sits usually and see what happens, because it will change the dynamic, it will change the way that people communicate to each other, it will create some fun, it will create some confusion sometimes. All this is good for your brain. A few times a week I'm running up the mountain. This is where I'm doing my aerobic training, so I'm running that mountain. If I want to change that, I can change it from endurance running, I can change it to do, for example, hill reps. And all I have to do is to just decide, instead of doing the slow and long run, I will just do a few short repetitions of short and intense run. So that's create something different in my body, something different for my brain. Very, very powerful. When you go to sleep, sleep in a different way. So you can sleep on the other side of the bed, so I mean right, left. Another way to do that is to sleep where with your head, where your legs are, or where your feet are. So those are just examples. What my invitation for you is, for today, just decide that you're changing routines. And every time that you see that you're doing something, anything, just decide, I'm going to do it differently today. A little different. It doesn't have to be big. We're not trying to create some kind of a transformation that will happen from today to tomorrow. And for sure, what we don't try to create is a new routine. What we're trying to do is just to take the routines that you're already doing and just, see how you can do them differently. Let me know in the comment box below. What did you take out of it? What are you trying to do today? How are you going to do anything different? And if you already did that, please come back to these comments and let us know. We all want to learn and we all want to hear about new routines. Maybe you have something exciting that we didn't think about it. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Make sure that you subscribe to our channel to get a lot more of those. They are coming your way. And until we meet again, live fully, stay awesome from Nisande in Tenerife.